Miss Ventris is asleep, so I have a little look at her bed. It's a country piece. About 1830, I'd have said, and painted, which always gets my vote, and in such good condition. The doorbell goes again, and while Mabel's downstairs, I lift up the mattress, and where it isn't painted, it's as good as new. I'm just tucking the sheet back in, when I see her little eyes are open and she's watching me. I think she said, "Happy?" Only then Mabel came back in. It's so hard to tell. At this stage, it goes to their brain. I think what she meant when she said happy was that she is probably happy.
I saw somebody's, what do you call it, today? Only I'm not supposed to say what do you call it. Vivian says, Violet, what do you call it, is banned. When we cannot find the word we want, we describe Violet. We do not say, what do you call it? Well, you wouldn't catch me describing that. Anyhow, what do you call it is what I call it. Somebody's, what do you call it? Anyhow, I saw it. I didn't think anything about it, but someone must have gone and alerted the office, because the next thing you know, Bouncing Betty chimes in. She says, Violet, I have to ask you this. Was the penis erect? I said, Nurse Bapty, that is not a word I would use. She said, erect? I said, no, the other. She said, Violet, things are different now. Penis is the name. All the other words are just trying to make it more acceptable. Language is a weapon, Violet. We're at war. I said, who with? She said, men.
There is a little something you could do for me in return.
Oh, yes, what?
He said, well, my years in bending over ladies' feet have resulted in an intermittently painful condition of my lower back, which, if you are amenable, you have it in your power to alleviate. I said,
I do, Mr. Dunderdale?
You do, Miss Fawcett. Now, I'm going to take one cushion and place it here on the hearthrug for my head, and another here for my abdomen. And what I want you to do is to step onto my lower back.
Should I take the booties off?
No, keep them on. Their texture makes them ideal for the purpose. That's it. Steady yourself on the mantelpiece if you wish.
And then he said something that I couldn't hear because of, his face was pressed into the hearthrug. What was that, Mr. Dunderdale?
He said, excellent! You may move about a little if you would care to.
Oh, I'm anxious not to hurt you, Mr. Dunderdale.
Oh, have no fear on that score, dear lady. Trample away!
The sermon was about sex. Well, I didn't actually nod off, though I had heard it before. Marriage gives the okay to sex is the gist of it, and while not the be-all and end-all, you can say that again, sex is nevertheless the supreme joy of the married state and a symbol of the relationship between us and God. Thus, concludes Geoffrey, when we put our money into the plate, it's a symbol of everything in our life that we're offering up to God, and that includes our sex. I could only find 10p. Thinking of the sermon during the hymn, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sympathy for the deity, being being gifted with all that sex. I mean, no fun being made a present of the desiccated and rare conjunctions between Geoffrey and me, nor the frightful collisions that presumably still occur between the Belchers, not to mention whatever shamefaced fumblings are going on between Miss Bantock and Miss Budd. It's all right if we offer it up to God, Alice. Well, if you say so, Pauline.